Hello!
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
Well, it's time for another edition of Wait Until You See This.
Woohoo!
The podcast where a husband and wife share cinema with each other.
Aw, isn't that sweet?
What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine.
No. What's yours is mine, and what is mine is mine.
Huh?
That's how that works.
But yeah, that is the concept. I pick a movie that you haven't seen,
Yes.
and you pick a movie that I have ignored.
Yes. Pretty much so.
Yes, that's the way it works. So how you doing?
I'm great. I'm tired. I'm glad that I am off for the rest of the week. It is the 4th of July week.
4th of the July weekend, Thursday.
Woo-woo-woo!
And fireworks have been going off for the last 2
weeks.
They'll be going off for another 2 weeks.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you're off for the next 4 days.
I am. I'm super excited. I mean,
some of us worked today.
Yeah, I worked today.
So did I.
For 2 hours. You worked for 2 hours.
But it was a rough 2 hours.
Out of our house.
And I'll be working Friday. Do you want to know why I'm working Friday?
Because it's too big of a pain in the ass to get coverage for your job?
And everyone else is off. All over the place.
Right. Including myself.
So it's easy money.
Yeah, I can see that.
Easy money. That's a good movie.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot you hate Rodney Dangerfield.
Yep.
So
I'm just leaning into it now. You know that I've just... Okay, fine. Sure. Sure, whatever.
So you're sitting next to a pile of disassembled beta machines, by the way.
I did notice that.
Belt will be here Friday.
All right, awesome.
Then we can watch beta.
Wait to watch beta. So excited.
Well, that's how I got you to marry me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, look at all this outdated shit I own.
And your tens of quarters.
My tens of quarters.
Mm-hmm. Baby.
That's right. I had a roll of quarters. She hopped on me like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm an old man. I don't know that shit. But we should start with the movie.
Let's start.
And this week's movie is a little thing from 1985 called Commando.
They hunted him down.
You know, Colonel, we went to a lot of trouble to find you.
They murdered his friends. And they took the only thing he would kill for.
If you want your kid back, then you gotta cooperate. Right?
Wrong.
Now, somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna pay.
Do you think that he is going to give us any problems?
You'll do exactly as he's told.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Are you going to tell me what's going on or what?
No. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired. What are you doing?
Helping you get her back.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did.
I lied.
If it's a mission no man can survive, he's the man for the job. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando.
Let's party.
So Commando, 1985, directed by Mark Lester, written by Jeff Loeb, Matt Wiseman, and Stephen E. D'Souza. The film opens on Garbage Day.
Yeah, I was like, is this Men at Work? Because I've seen that movie.
So the garbage men are rolling up, and the first thing you'll notice is they are not stopping at anyone's house.
Nope, they have a mission going to one house in particular.
Who happens to wake up and is like, oh shit, I hear the garbage truck.
I forgot to put the garbage out.
His wife said maybe they changed the day. He grabs his garbage, empties the litter box, runs outside, and says, "Man, I thought I was going to miss you." The legendary Bill Duke says, "Don't worry, we won't." Picks up a fucking Uzi, blows the guy away.
They shoot the shit out of this guy. This is kill number 1, by the way. I did keep count throughout the,
Well, I found so many different numbers on the death count on this. But here's my thing. This plan hinges on him coming out with the garbage.
Right.
Because if I had heard the truck, I probably would have been like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not gonna." Went back to sleep.
Yeah.
So what happens if he just been like that and didn't go down? Would they have come up with a new plan? Would they have dressed up as mailmen?
Well, maybe they just would have gone up to the house and killed him. I mean, you don't know.
So he made it easy for him.
Yeah.
They're like, "Holy shit, we don't have to break in the house.
I mean, and it could have
We're
been...
just going to shoot him here?"
The wife could have brought the garbage down.
Would they have shot the wife?
I don't think they would have shot the wife.
Yeah, but shooting the wife would definitely get him outside.
I mean, they might. I don't know.
Or having her yell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways this could have gone sideways, but thankfully, it's a movie, and they were able to murder the man in his driveway.
It's what's in the script.
So then we get Bill Duke going in, looking at a new caddy.
Oh my God, the salesman. Brother, he's telling this to a black man.
Bill Duke.
Brother. It's like, would you stop, please?
It's not going to work for me, brother. Well, the price didn't work for Bill Duke because he turns the ignition on. I didn't know they left the keys in them in the showroom.
My question is, wouldn't, exhaust be an issue?
Well, here's my next question. What was his plan here? Did he know the car had the keys in the ignition? And he was like, "Well, I'm just going to run them down."
Kill number 2. This is a lot of plot convenience here.
Then the next one is Bennett. He's a fisherman. And you may have missed it, but when he's walking to his boat, somebody calls him Wes. Because it's Vernon Wells. And he played Wes in 1981's The Road Warrior.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So he gets on the boat, and it explodes.
Kaboom!
Which
Kill
is
number
really the
3.
only murder in this movie that couldn't really have gone sideways. As long as he gets on that boat and it blows up, I mean, it's not... There's not a variable there.
Right.
Unless he didn't get on the boat.
Right.
So then, we enter the 80s testosterone soundtrack.
Oh, yes. What was his name? Matrix? John Matrix?
John Matrix.
I just wrote Arnie. I did not reference his character at all. I just wrote Arnie.
So Arnie appears with bulging biceps.
Carrying a tree.
Yeah, it's not a log. It's a fucking tree.
It's a tree.
And he's cutting the tree with an axe. Oh, no fucking power tools for this guy. It's an axe.
Wearing chinos, by the way.
Chinos.
I just can't get over it. I was like, well, I'm just gonna throw my khakis here and go cut down a tree.
You were on the fucking chinos, man.
Fuck.
And someone's sneaking up on Matrix. And, it's his daughter, Jenny. Jenny! Played by Alyssa Milano.
She's so cute.
This was after season 1 of Hughes. This was after season 1 of Hughes.
Who's?
This was after season 1 of Who's the Boss.
Good job.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I have a podcast. I can't fucking talk. And there's a nice scene where they shove ice cream in their faces.
Oh, the montage of the father-daughter bonding experience was...
And the titles, the way the title shot on the screen, there's like a line, and it looks like all sci-fi type shit. It's like the fucking 80s is just slapping you across the face at this time. Then Arnie's up there. It's like, oh my God. So they're having lunch after our beautiful father-daughter bonding montage to 80s testosterone-filled soundtrack.
Right.
And what shows up? A chopper!
The chopper! Get to the chopper!
And it's General Franklin Kirby who says, "Hey, they're killing members of your team in really weird ways."
Who did you make mad? And he's like, oh, it could have been anyone.
So he's like, "I'm going to leave you these 2 guys for protection."
What the fuck?
And I'm going to figure out what's going on, which I'm like, You know those two guys are fucking dead. It's over. So how quickly are they dead? Is the chopper even over the horizon before the shooting starts?
I don't know. I can't hear it anymore, so.
So, did they follow Kirby to his house?
I don't know. But they're just standing there. So the guy leaves in the chopper, and he's just standing there, and he's like, he grabs his daughter. It's like he can.
He smells him. He says he smells him.
I was like, ooh, his spidey senses are tingling. But yeah, those guys are dead in like a minute, if that.
They show up his fucking house. Arnie runs into a tool shed.
Yeah, tool shed.
That has a fucking arsenal, like a keypad that leads to an arsenal. And he comes out, and there's a dude sitting there. And did this guy draw the short straw? Because he says, yeah, we kidnapped your daughter. We need you to do something for us. You gotta know you're fucking dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't make a difference. You knew you were going to die. So he goes out. His truck's fucked. After he shoots the guy, I forgot about that. Shoots him with a goddamn shotgun.
Yeah.
He goes out. His truck's fucked.
Oh, I missed that kill. I missed that kill.
So
sorry.
Arnie...
My kill count was off. Damn it, I was so proud of myself.
Or Matrix puts the thing in neutral. He lives on a mountain, so he pushes it down the mountain.
Oh, yeah. This truck is fucked.
So gravity is doing most of the work. And he's going downhill, and eventually he hits... I think he hits one of the vehicles, but it tumbles over. It blows up because it's a Chevy.
Did you say that they kidnapped Jenny?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading my notes. My favorite part of this is one of the bad guys. He's like, he's still coming. And I'm like, you took his fucking kid. What do you think he's up there wringing his hands? No, he's after your ass, okay?
And if they'd slowed down the first time he went by, he would just totally bypass them. But they want him alive, and we'll find out shortly why that is. So he gets out, gets into a fight. There's some guns. He's on the ground. And lo and behold, Bennett is still alive.
Bennett is still alive. Why is this dude still wearing his dog tags, though?
I don't know. It's like the Dreadnoks.
Arnie had him kicked off of the squad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's no longer in the military or whatever.
No, he's a fisherman.
Yeah. I'm assuming he was probably dishonorably discharged.
He's proud of his service.
Sure.
So they get Matrix tied up, and the disposed president of Valverde, which we'll have a little discussion about Valverde, wants Matrix to go and murder the current president.
Dan Hedaya,
Cher's dad himself, who would also play Dick in Dick and Blood Simple, a couple Clint Eastwood movies that you'll be watching. So they threaten Matrix, and he has to go kill the president, or they'll kill his daughter. Bennett holds a knife to her fucking throat. So he's like, all right. So they go to the airport, because he has to fly to Valverde, which is an 11-hour flight. God damn, where the hell is this?
Valverde, 11 hours away from wherever the fuck they were at. California, maybe? Utah?
Oh, yeah, it's California.
Yeah, I was like, I don't fucking know.
Because it's at Sherman Oaks Mall. We'll be there soon.
That's right.
Arnie drops, I'll be back.
Oh, my God. The one-liners in this movie were...
Oh, yeah. Did you know that they originally wanted Matrix to be mute and not say anything?
What?
And I'm like, that would never work with this movie.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah, we need the one-liners. So they're at the airport, and Sully, played by, Christ, I can't remember his name.
Is that the jackass?
David Patrick Kelly. He was in the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
And then 48 Hours. So he's the one that says something about, they'll give us some time with your daughter. And I'm like, ooh. And then Matrix says, you're a funny guy. I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
I'm assuming he says, have a nice trip. He tells him to have a nice trip. And And he just looks at him and was like, fuck off. I mean, ugh.
But they fly first class.
Yeah, sure they do.
So Matrix is sitting there and he's with his handler and he's like, oh, it's 11-hour flight. Requests a blanket and pillow, grabs this guy, breaks his fucking neck, puts the blanket over him, puts the head down, tells the stewardess, oh, please don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Oh, God.
So then Matrix pretends to go to the John and ends up downstairs, ends up down in the cargo hold, breaks through this thing that says don't open during flight, which I guess technically they're not in the air.
There's a dog down there.
That dog's going to die.
Absolutely, the dog's going to die. It's going to freeze to death.
But Matrix climbs out on the landing gear, and just when it goes up the plane, he jumps and lands in the swamp in his Henley and chinos. He probably still should have broken both legs.
Probably. He sets an alarm on his watch for 11 hours.
Siri, set timer for 11 hours.
I was waiting for it.
Meanwhile, Sully has left from watching the plane take off because he wanted to make sure. He goes to a payphone bank. Remember payphone banks?
Not everyone remembers payphones. I'm sure both of our listeners remember payphones.
Yeah. So he starts stalking Ray Don Chong.
Cindy. Her character's name is Cindy. You don't
Do they
find
say
that
her
out.
fucking name in the movie?
They do not say her name in the movie. Not that I caught. You don't find out until the end credits.
So he stalks her. He wants her to go home with him. And he won't take no for an answer. And
Okay. Shall I read you my notes on this?
Oh, go ahead.
Creep. Leave her alone. Gross. Now he's following her. I get it. You're the bad guy.
So finally she says, no, I will not go home and have sex with you. To which he replies, you fucking whore.
Make it make sense.
Shouldn't it be, you fucking prude?
Yeah, it should.
Okay.
But he went and insults her because he sees her refusing to go home with him as an insult. Fucking men.
Well, he is a short guy.
He's an asshole.
He drives a Porsche.
He's still an asshole. I don't care what kind of car he drives.
He's got a nice suit.
Asshole.
So she just got rid of Sully. She's getting into her car.
He follows her in the parking
Yeah,
ramp.
to the fucking parking lot. She's just getting ready to get in, and whoop! Matrix just grabbed her and says, get in the car.
He just fucking rips the seat out.
Well, he need a room. He's a big guy. Sully would have fit in that car. So they follow Sully to the Sherman Oaks Mall.
A little retail therapy, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
He's consoling himself because she didn't go home and fuck him.
Rockstar Parking.
Oh, absolutely. Right across from each other. How the fuck does that ever happen?
So would you like to know some other films that were shot at Sherman Oaks Mall?
Please, share.
All right. Ironically, Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Interesting.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Of course.
Valley Girl.
Valley Girl.
Night of the Comet. Back to the Future 2. Phantom of the Mall. Eric's Revenge. And Chopping Mall.
Oh, good old Chopping Mall.
The mall from Chopping Mall.
Where's
That's
Dick
right.
Miller?
I wish Dick Miller was in this movie. God, it'd be 5 stars with Dick Miller in it. 5 fucking stars. All right, so Sully is picking up some fake passports, which this is a huge MacGuffin because it goes absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, why did he need the passports?
And Matrix sends Cindy in to schmooze him.
It's like at a bar in the mall.
A bar in the mall, which I guess isn't weird because in Dawn of the Dead they had a fucking sporting goods store with all these guns in the mall.
It's a bit weird.
So Cindy goes back in to the bar because Matrix wants her to bring Sully out. He'll take care of the rest.
He told her that Sully kidnapped his daughter.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I don't believe you at all.
So she talks to security, and security starts to surround him. And they say things like, we're going to need some backup because this is one big motherfucker. So security comes in, and I think you know what's going to happen next.
How many security guards does this mall have?
That's a lot of security.
I
But
mean,
it's a busier mall.
well, just because it's a busier mall doesn't mean you're going to have. I mean, how many 24 security guards on hand, right?
Probably.
What?
I bet. No, I'm in the movie they do.
Oh, there's so many security guards.
He beats the shit out of them. Sully spots him, and he's like, I gotta fucking make a phone call. So he goes to a payphone. Matrix grabs the payphone, shakes it, and then rips it out of the fucking wall.
It's like a big old phone booth, right?
Yeah, it looks like a futuristic phone booth. It's got a weird style to it. One of the security guards that goes down the steps, I'm like, that's like Dick Warlock. Well, guess what is Dick Warlock?
Oh my.
That's right. Michael Myers, Halloween 2. And he was in Halloween 3 as one of the Stooges. Good fucking movie. So Sully splits. Oh, I did write down that if this mall actually had kill bots, none of this would be a problem. There's also a shootout. I forgot about that.
Oh, the security guards are packing.
Yeah, they're packing. They shoot the guy that got the passports. He takes the tumble. But Sully splits, and we get a car chase, and they're going along, and they finally get Sully. His car flips on its side, and Arnold goes and grabs him, and happens to find a key to a motel. He wants more information, so takes Sully over, and holds him by his leg over this big ravine. And he asks him a question. Sully's like, well, I don't know where I'm supposed to meet Bill Duke. And Matrix is like, well, I already know. I have your fucking room key. And he says, remember when I told you I was going to kill you last? I lied. And he drops him.
Lets him go.
Then he gets in the car. The Porsche, he pushes the Porsche over. And Cindy asks, what you do with Sully? And Matrix says, I let him go. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the director wanted Arnold to literally hold him over the ravine by one arm. And Arnold said, are you fucking crazy? He's hooked to a crane.
That's insane.
Yeah. Their next stop is the hotel, which is neon as fuck.
Yes, it is.
And I was looking into this hotel because it had a 50s aesthetic. And it was built for the movie. It was a
Set.
build, yeah. There's like $50,000 in glass blocks in here, the way it looks. I mean, there's so much glass.
They're
blocks.
shoddily put together. You can tell that it wasn't really a hotel because it's like they just set them. There's like no
Yeah, they just push right out.
caulk or anything.
Bill Duke arrives. Cindy answers the door, making it look like that she's been,
Very friendly.
you fucking whore. Matrix appears, and there's a fight, and they tear the fuck out of the place. They go in the other room. We see tits. There's furniture broken all over the place, which is also how Bill Duke meets his demise, because he has a chair leg go through his chest.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So he's dead, Jim.
He's dead. Very dead.
But they find a clue, and they go to a warehouse, and they figure out that there's an island near Santa Barbara where these guys are held up.
What?
Yeah. So they gotta get to fucking Santa Barbara. And lo and behold, Cindy is learning how to fly a plane.
Thank goodness for that.
But before they get the plane, they need some shit.
Of course.
They go into a Army Navy store. A surplus city, it's called. And, they're picking up, flak vests, shit like that, knives. Then they get into this room that is nothing but automatic weapons, a rocket launcher.
I was like, is this where they pick up the rocket launcher?
Yeah. Because she asks what it is, and he says, rocket launcher. And I'm like, man, that's Occam's rocket launcher there. You know that motherfucker's getting used to death.
Oh, clearly.
And all I wrote down was, after they open up that room and it's full of guns, the 80s.
That is very true.
But Matrix gets busted by the cops because I guess they have a problem with someone breaking into a store and stealing a bunch of guns.
Bum, 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 bum.
But these cops are so good, they totally ignore the Cadillac filled with weapons that leaves the parking lot.
Oh, he's been busted by the cops.
He's in the paddy wagon, and Cindy pulls up in the Cadillac. And, of course, the police officer is interested.
What a piece of garbage. I swear to God.
That's our tax dollars in action right there.
Jesus. Not my tax dollars. I was like 5 when this fucking thing came out.
Paddy Wagon drives off. Cindy gets a rocket launcher, fires, and she had it backwards. Blows up a building, turns it around, shoots a paddy wagon. Luckily, it just hits a tire.
Oh, thank goodness.
Otherwise, everyone would be fucking dead.
Yes, all of them would be dead. Oh, what about they're on the island, the bad guys are on the island, Bennett and, I don't even know what Dan Hedaya's character's name is.
Dan Hedaya.
Okay, so they're on the island and they have kidnapped this little girl.
Yeah.
And they put her in a room. I have one question.
Yeah.
Is this man trying to be Freddie Mercury with his mustache and like black shirt with the chainmail thing?
And the haircut?
And the haircut. I understand. I mean, Freddie Mercury is a legend, but I'm confused.
Vernon Wells himself said, I look like Freddie Mercury on steroids.
Because he did.
The role of Bennett was originally going to be Wings Hauser.
I don't know who that is.
Action guy.
Okay.
You probably know if you saw him. But he got fired. So then they hired Vernon Wells. The problem was all his costumes were tailored
to him.
To Wings Hauser. And Vernon Wells is a bigger guy, so everything looks like a size or two too small.
Yeah, it wasn't real flattering.
Yeah. But when you said he looks like Fat Freddie Mercury.
I didn't say Fat Freddie Mercury. I just said, was he trying to be Freddie Mercury?
And I'm like, I just read that thing about Vernon Wells saying, yeah, I look like Freddie Mercury on steroids. Which he does. He looks just like Freddie Mercury's older brother who hits the gym a little bit. So they steal a plane. They almost get shot down by Bill Paxton.
Oh, yeah. Very young Bill Paxton.
They land. It's a seaplane, so they can land in the water. Arnie goes to shore. And we have one of the most 80s scenes ever with Arnie putting all his shit on and putting all his paint on.
Yeah, he got his vest on.
The
and
fucking sounds. And it ends with him with all his gear, throwing the rocket launcher over. That's like the cover of the fucking movie. It's fucking great.
I wrote, so many guns. Even Arnie is impressed.
But the plane arrives in Valverde. And they discover the guy's dead. And they call Dan Hedaya. And Dan Hedaya says, it's time to kill Jenny. Bennett goes, he's going to take care of it. And whoops, she took the fucking doorknob and pried open the window and split.
She's so smart.
And while she's doing that, shit starts blowing up all over the place.
Insert gratuitous shooting montage.
That compound explodes.
Yes.
The only beach that would give them permission to do it was San Simeon.
Yes.
William Randolph Hearst's estate.
Oh.
So that's on the beach in front of Hearst Castle. There's a fun fact for you.
That is a fun fact.
We get cuts between Bennett chasing Jenny and a beautiful orgy of violence. Of
absolutely.
People getting fucking slaughtered.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I stopped counting. I wrote 10 and then it goes to 81 very quickly.
There's a scene in the garden shed when Arnold throws a fucking saw blade through, scalps a guy.
Oh yeah, that was very.
He cuts a guy's arm off with a machete. It's a beautiful orgy of violence that just keeps going and going and going. Bennett is chasing Jenny through a boiler room. Matrix stumbles on Dan Hedaya, who gets shot and dies. Matrix has super hearing because he can hear Jenny calling for him in the boiler room. So he goes down. He finally gets shot by Bennett, and he plays Bennett's ego by saying, we don't need a gun. Let's have a fucking knife fight. This is the last conflict between the two.
Bennett is psychotic.
Oh, yeah.
It's no surprise.
Yeah, he
was booted off the team.
I'll tell you what, when Arnold's having this discussion with him, I'm pretty sure Bennett got an erection.
Probably.
Look at his face and the way he's talking.
This guy is a creep.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the bad guys in this film were creeps. Some of the bad guys, you never saw their faces because they died. But, yeah, this guy is A-class #1 fucking creep.
Now, this boiler room fight was ad-libbed because the original ending was going to be a speedboat chase, but they ran out of money. So they fight. Bennett gets electrocuted, but he's okay. He's beating him down. Bennett's got the lead. Arnie says bullshit. Starts beating the shit out of him back. Bennett gets a gun. He's got it on Matrix. Matrix rips a pipe out of the wall.
Of course.
And throws it through Bennett. So the last shot of Bennett is him pinned against a boiler with this pipe coming out and steam being released, to which Matrix says, "Let off some steam, Bennett."
Was it Batman and Robin flashbacks?
Oh, yeah. It's fucking great. So Jenny, Matrix, and Cindy are walking to the beach, and here comes, like, a whole division of military. So they're better late than never. The general says, "Hey, we want you to come back with us."
Whoa. First he says, "Did you leave anything for us?" And Arnie goes, "Just bodies."
That's true.
Anywho.
The general wants him to come back, and Arnie's like, "No, fuck that." True to his word, they never made a sequel. Now, apparently, Arnold was offered the lead in Die Hard, which was produced by Joel Silver, who did this movie, and it was going to be a sequel to Commando. But Arnold was too busy doing Twins. Matrix was true to his word because he never came back.
John Matrix, John McClane, I mean.
There was a love scene shot between Ray Don Chong and Arnold, but they had no chemistry, so it was scrapped.
Thank God.
The mansion they have the shootout in the end at is the same one at the end of Beverly Hills Cop.
I knew it! I knew that looked familiar.
Arnold did a lot of his own stunts and went to the hospital 3 times.
Oh, Arnie!
There were more stunt people than actors in this movie. Which,
that doesn't surprise me. I mean, the sheer amount of henchmen coming at the end there. I mean, not to mention the security guards.
Yeah. All those were stunt people. The list of young actresses that were up for Jenny are Winona Ryder, Shannon Doherty, Elizabeth Shue, which I think she would have been a little old for that part. Not that she was old, but she was like a late teenager. She was just in The Karate Kid.
Right.
Drew Barrymore, Jennifer Connelly, and Patricia Arquette. Here's a good one. You know who they originally wanted for Matrix?
Who?
Nick Nolte.
What? Can you see Nick Nolte walking up carrying a tree?
Oh, God damn it, Bennett!
Good Lord.
Another choice, which is even worse than Nick Nolte, was Gene Simmons.
Oh, no! That's horrible.
Disposed dictator that was Dan Hedaya.
Yes.
Which Dan Hedaya was a weird choice.
Yes, it was.
Originally, they wanted Raul Julia.
Oh, that would have been...
I think that would have been better.
I mean, I like Dan Hedaya, but...
Also, that mansion at the end was owned by Harold Lloyd.
The Beverly Hills Cop mansion?
Yeah. In the 2010s, director Mark Lester ran into a Fox executive, and he was like, you haven't done anything with this property. Can I buy the rights from you for $2 million? There's a lot of interest in that. The executive said, I'll get back to you. And then they announced they were doing a remake.
Ooh.
A remake has never surfaced.
I was like, I didn't think they did a remake of this.
So the kill count. What was your kill count?
83.
83. I have seen some as low as 81. I have seen one as high as 102.
Wow. It's really hard there at the end because guys are just dropping
Everyone's
like
dying.
flies. And here's another thing. Are they dead? Are you counting them as dead or are you counting them as injured?
Count them all as dead.
Well, then my count should have been much more.
Oh, so that's where they're getting the 102.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, we'll talk about Valverde. which is a fictional country that Stephen E. D'Souza came up with. And I think it was for this movie, but it's appeared in television shows he's written and stuff like that. It was also the fictional country in Die Hard 2, where they were moving that dictator from.
Oh.
Which means Die Hard and Commando are in the same universe. And Stephen E. D'Souza says the country the Predator takes place in is also Valverde, but they kind of retcon that in another movie. But if we take that into account, then the Predator universe is related to Commando, and Alien is related to Commando.
Oh my gosh.
So Valverde, the Valverde Cinematic Universe.
If you say so.
Yeah, I know so.
All right.
So what did you think of 1985's Commando?
I mean, it was all right. I didn't hate it. I mean, if there was nothing else to watch, I guess I'd watch it. It was okay.
There was nothing else to watch.
I mean, they had some entertaining spots and definitely an 80s action movie. I know it is. I get it. I mean, this screams 80s action movie.
I'm going to say a bold statement right now.
Sure.
This is the 80s action movie.
Okay. Did this set the precedent for the rest of the 80s?
I kind of think this and Rambo First Blood Part 2, which was the same year.
I can see that. I mean, absolutely, I can see that.
Because everything went bad shit after that.
Well, yeah, because they saw they could make money off of these things. Yeah, I mean, you throw some big action movie star in there and have at it.
I think Arnold had, at this point, he had done the 2 Conan films, and he'd done the Terminator.
Yeah, he did Terminator.
So he was
rising.
Peaking,
his star was rising.
Yeah, fast. I fucking love this movie.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it.
I could watch it again right now.
I mean, I'd never seen it before because I just wasn't on my radar of things to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think because of everything Arnold did afterward, this one's been kind of pushed to the side a little bit.
I mean, I've seen, Twins and Terminator and what? There's a
Total Recall. The Running Man.
Yeah, I've seen all of these, Junior, I've seen...
Fucking Junior? You're throwing out Junior?
Well, I'm just telling you, I've seen all these Arnie movies. I guess Commando just got lost in the shuffle somewhere. Which is, entirely possible considering how many action movies came out in the 80s.
A lot.
Clearly.
So what would you give this?
3.
3?
A solid 3.
4.
I knew it.
I give it fucking 4.
I knew it.
Fucking 4. If it never gets old and I can just throw it on again, it's an automatic 4. It's imprinted in my brain from my childhood. I watched it on HBO. I fucking loved it. James Horner soundtrack, which sounds exactly like the soundtrack to 48 Hours, but...
They all kind of sounded the same.
Yeah, but this has that sort of steel drum thing.
What?
Like a steel drum thing to it.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
And then Hot 80s sax.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Commando.
Yeah, I guess a solid 3 for me. I know you love it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'll probably watch it again right now.
We need to move on to other movies.
Okay.
Next week, we'll talk about a new movie. My pick this time. Chris has never seen it. I actually
Junior
have the physical copy. My mother had it at her house.
What's the disc in there?
Yes. Disc was in there.
Will it play?
Hopefully. If not, we'll figure something out. It's not like we can run to the family video or anything.
Cha-ching. All right.
It runs a solid 1 hour and 56 minutes.
I thought you were going to say an hour and 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, what fucking slasher is it?
Hey, it's under 2 hours. 2001.
God, you in the turn of the century movie. Shit.
PG-13.
Oh, God.
A lot of big names in this movie. A lot of big names.
2001?
I'm sure you already know. Scott Conn.
No.
Brad Pitt. George Clooney.
Oh, okay.
Don Cheadle.
Okay, it's Ocean's 11.
It is Ocean's 11.
I haven't seen any of those. I saw the
We saw Ocean's 8.
yeah.
I really enjoyed this series of movies. I have seen the original with the Rat Pack, but I guess clearly it didn't hit the same because it's,
They weren't your generation.
they weren't. I do like this movie. I would watch the whole series over again. I've seen all of them. 11, 12, and 13, I think.
Is Al Pacino in this?
He's not in this. Wait. He's in one of them.
We're going to rob a casino!
No, this one is Andy Garcia. I think it's Andy Garcia.
Who was also
one.
in The Godfather Part 3.
I'm pretty sure it was. Well, hold on. I'm pretty sure it's. You really set a timer on my phone.
Well, this is an 11-hour podcast.
George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon, Bernie Mac, Elliot Gould, Casey Affleck, Scott Conn, Carl Reiner's in this.
Oh, shit. Okay. I love Carl Reiner. Shit.
Yep, there's Andy Garcia. Yep.
Shit, was he in the original? Carl Reiner?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't see anything. I did already get some facts, and there were 2 people who were in the original that were in this movie, and he is not one of them.
Okay. You can tell me later.
Yeah, I will when we record that one.
All right.
Yeah, and this is directed by Steven Soderbergh. So, I like it. I enjoyed it.
I think he was the DP on Misery because he was the one spitting on the floor. So it's all tying together.
Sure. Whatever you say. All right. Whatever.
Okay, so is that it? Do you have anything to add?
That's it. I got nothing to add.
All right. So until next week when we discuss Ocean's 11, it's time to say aloha for just a while.
Bye.